It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hello, it's a brand new day. Yes, it is. It is time for the Geno Jones Show. I do this show daily, Monday through Friday, around 6:30. Okay, I know it's not exactly 6:30, but around 6:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 out on the West Coast. So today we got a fun show. Let's see here. You get a vaccine, and you get a vaccine, and you get a vaccine, and everybody is going to get a vaccine real soon. Well, everybody that wants to. That's a whole nother conversation. Also, former NBA legend Paul Pierce. When Instagram Live goes bad, we'll tell you all about that and more on the iconic, legendary Verzuz battle celebration Sunday night. You had Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Isley Brothers versus Steve Harvey. Or as some people said, instead of calling it Verzuz, they should have called it 2020. 20 songs by Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers, and 20 stories by Steve Harvey. So we'll get into all that. And also, my weekly contributor, Keela Carson, will be joining me. Somehow, some way, somehow, I got to get her on camera because I can't wait to get some of her feedback. So listen, let's start it off with some good news. So President Biden today said he is moving up the deadline for all United States adults to be eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine to April 19th. It was May 1st. So President Biden said, no, hold on. We're going to do this thing right. He is moving up the deadline for all U.S. adults 18 and over to be eligible. That means you will be able, depending on the state that you live in. Now, I know some of y'all live in states with some governors that are problematic, to say the least. Just some of them just ass backwards, just to be honest, and just to tell it like it TI is. But once again, President Biden said he's moving forward, and he's moving that deadline up from May 1st to April 19th, where all U.S. adults 18 and over will be eligible to get a COVID-19 vaccine. That is great news considering where we came from. Oh, Lord. So let's talk about former NBA legend, soon to be NBA Hall of Famer, Mr. Paul Pierce of the Boston Celtics. Most of his career, I think he played a year. I think he played a year or two in Brooklyn, and then I think he played his last team in the NBA was the Clippers. But everybody knows Paul Pierce, the truth, number 34 on the Boston Celtics. I'm a Lakers fan, so I take a little delight in this interesting story. So lately, Paul Pierce was one of the contributors on ESPN. They have their NBA, I think it's called NBA Countdown. They have their NBA show, usually pregame, like halftime and postgame. Well, Paul Pierce is no longer employed by ESPN. Now, I don't root for anybody getting fired at all. But it's just how and why it happened. The brother got fired on his off day. You're saying, well, damn, what in the world did Paul Pierce do to get fired on his off day? Well, Paul Pierce had as some call it, a wild Instagram live stream, and ESPN said, well, you going, buddy. So I don't know, maybe ESPN was in their feelings because they saw Paul Pierce spending some of that ESPN money, some of that mouse money, that Disney money on poker games and strippers. Not that there's anything wrong with poker games and strippers. It was legal. Paul Pierce is a single man. These are adult exotic entertainers. Hey, who am I to judge? As my mother would say, did God die and leave you in charge? No. So who am I to judge? But maybe, if you have a morality clause in your contract, which I don't know for certain, but I do know that a lot of the on-camera talent at ESPN, they do have a morality clause. Once again, you have to keep in mind you are working for Disney, or as a lot of the ESPN employees like to call it, you're working for the mouse. Even though Mr. Walt Disney was problematic. Yes, he just, let's be honest about it. He was racist, absolutely, positively, full stop racist. You can Google it, do some research. It won't be hard to find. But I digress because this is not about Walt Disney. This is about Paul Pierce and Walt Disney's company, which owns ESPN. So when Paul Pierce said, hey, don't worry about me, I'm good. As a matter of fact, there's an adult, it's like some adult streaming platform. They've already reached out to Paul Pierce. Say, listen, you can come on our channel since you seem to love beautiful, exotic entertainers and playing poker. You can play all the poker. You can have all the beautiful, exotic entertainers, i.e. strippers. We got love for strippers too on this platform. You can just come on and talk basketball, and the strippers can talk about what you can talk basketball, and the strippers can talk about a different kind of ball, if you know what I'm saying there. So we'll see if Mr. Paul Pierce takes advantage of that. So let's go back to Sunday. For those who haven't seen it, oh my God, the buzz in the culture is still, did you get a chance to see the Verzuz live battle you had? Really, it was a celebration. You had Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Isley Brothers versus Steve Harvey. Or some people said, instead of calling it Verzuz, they should have called it 2020. Like 20 songs from Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers, and 20 stories from Steve Harvey. I digress. But it was iconic. It was legendary. It was just seeing Ronald Isley. Ronald Isley was rocking his beard, doing his thing, his pandemic beard, his quarantine beard, and women went crazy on social media. You know, I saw one sister post something. She said, ooh, Ronald Isley make me want to be a caregiver. I'd love to be his caregiver. Okay, what kind of care are you talking about giving? I don't know. It was great to see. Philip Bailey still's got that beautiful voice. And to see him and Verdine is still rocking that perm's tight. I don't know who his hairstylist is, but Verdine need to get an endorsement because that hairstylist keeps that perm been tight for about, a good almost 50 years now. Verdine, that is a hairstylist for you. And you know, all jokes aside, I got to give Steve some props. Man, the suits. He had this blue suit on, and he had his hat to go with it. Then he had this leather suit. Steve, I had to give you props. I don't listen. To hell with the haters. All them haters say that, you look like Barney with a cigar with the blue suit. But to hell with them. People always got something negative to say, man. The suit, I'm giving you your props now. The suit was good. A little too chatty in that first half. But Black Twitter has a way. One thing about Twitter does not care about your feelings. It don't care about yours or mine. Twitter, especially Black Twitter, will come for you. They'll keep you in check. They'll always say, hey, Swiss, hey, man, hey, okay, holla at your boy, all right? So, and in the second half, you noticed, it was a lot more Ron and Ernie and Philip Bailey and a little less Steve. So, but I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. As a matter of fact, I want to get her feedback. I couldn't wait to talk to her, ladies and gentlemen. She's a regular contributor to the Geno Jones Show. Culture, social political commentary, fashion, TV, movie critic, you name it. She does it all, ladies and gentlemen. I am talking about the one, the only, as I bring her on camera, Miss Keela Carson. Hello. Girl,
Hey,
look
Geno.
at you. Oh, Lord. What are we going for? The Architectural Digest Good
Yeah.
Housekeeping Award?
Yeah, that's what we're going for because I couldn't find my other background.
So you gonna make your boy look bad now. I just got my little logo here, and you just in the Carson Mansion there. Look at you. Boy, life is good.
That's what you need.
Yeah, we have to hook your boy up. You gotta. Hey, you gonna have to co-sign. I need a raise. You need to holler at somebody. Cause I just want to live like that. That's all I'm saying. You got the books.
All.
You got
That's
the books.
all.
in the
Everybody
background.
deserves the good life.
And I know you, Key. You have read each and every book I see behind you. I know you.
Honey.
You that
Oh
kind
my
of woman.
God! Don't talk to me about reading books. Now I've gotten with the digital.
Oh,
So
it's a
I
wrap
don't
now.
have the brick and mortar hard
Yeah.
book in my hand anymore.
But don't
and
you miss that?
audiobook.
Let me ask you
I
that though.
do.
Don't you? It's nothing like the ruffle of the paper, and
Yeah,
you hear the
yeah,
page turning, and the feel of the book, nice,
yeah,
thick, solid book, and it's just, man,
yeah,
okay, I'm old. Yeah, I'm old school. Yeah,
yeah,
I am. I'm old school. All right, but
yeah.
don't.
And it makes me focus better because I have the book in my hand, I'm turning the pages.
Yeah.
When I'm on Audible, oh my God, I might have Audible playing, be on Facebook, Twitter, and then I'm missing stuff. So it is nice to have a hard cover or, a paperback in your hand and just relax and chill and be present in the moment.
All right, let's get to it, Key. You heard the
Well,
monologue, so we're gonna just go down the line.
yeah.
I know you got some stuff to say. I want to hear, get it off your
Well,
chest.
I want to start with the good good.
Okay,
The
let's do
good
that.
good was D Nice, right?
So
And
we talking about Versus Sunday
right,
night, the legendary. That was really it was really legendary, Key.
man.
I'm old
Okay.
school, but for me, let me just say this, because I should have said it in the monologue. Two things. For me, that was the best Versus ever, 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 ever. And two, Ronald Isley, listen, there's no debate. You can call me arrogant and narcissistic with this declaration. It's not even a declaration. It's a statement of fact. Ronald Isley, Mr. Big, a.k.a. Little Old Sexy, because women have gone crazy with this. He got this great beard, and even young women was like, ooh, I want to be his caregiver one day. I was like, damn. Ronald Isley, the greatest ballad singer ever, full stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'll get to that.
Okay.
I want to go back to the overall feel of it, Geno. D Nice on his DJ platform, or Riser, whatever it was, and then the whole decor
Yeah.
of, you were just talking about the decor for me.
Yeah.
The decor of
The
um
set.
the set and the colors, and
Yes.
then the way he weaved in the music of the era to match the guests that were there,
Yeah.
and to cater to that crowd that's going to be, anywhere between 40
Plus.
40 plus, right? And 40 is shaky. Is mainly
No, I think you're right though. I think you're 40.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I
I
think you're
mean,
right.
I think even people who were 40 could appreciate, but for sure that 50 and up
Oh,
crowd
yeah.
was in heaven.
Yes.
So that's the first thing I want to say. Then I want to go to D Nice in his masterful way of keeping things going, despite Steve Harvey. um,
I told you somebody
uh,
told me I'll have to write them a check. They
'cause-
can invoice me for the joke. They said, man, gee, instead of calling it Versus, they should have called it 2020.
right.
20 songs by Earth, Wind and Fire and Isley Brothers, and 20 stories by Steve Harvey. As a matter of fact, they said Steve almost had more stories than the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire had hits.
I don't think right, and they didn't have any stories
Yeah,
because
I
Steve
missed
wouldn't
that.
let them talk.
I did miss that. All jokes aside, though, I did miss that.
No, yeah, I mean, all they did was correct Steve when he made mistakes about what album that song was on, and
Right, yeah, I
who
saw that.
wrote that, and
Right.
when did they perform this one, and blah blah blah. So they were more like, no, that was, and Steve, no, that's all they said the whole darn night, except for singing, because Steve was running his mouth with his, oh, back in the day when I was in the club. With that cigar, man.
Hey, Keith, listen.
And when he got to that story about being the boys dancing with the boys, I said, I said, Lord.
Well, actually, now since you mentioned that, since Chicago, stepping is legendary. Everybody knows that. You guys, when I came to Detroit, I learned you all have your own
ballroom.
version, ballroom, which basically is stepping for the most part.
Yeah, right. Stepping is a quicker step.
Right, and because we have the real old school in Chicago would tell you they are boppers.
Yes,
There's
and
boppers.
that's why stepping makes sense for you all, because the bop has that extra little
right.
But and ballrooming is slower.
Right. So the stepper, the real old school, probably like I'd say maybe 55 plus. A lot of them are the boppers, but if you can really step, you can bop, you can step. Because there's no really one way to step. The good thing about stepping, there are just some basic steps, basic 2 steps with turns.
Where's that kick that throws Detroiters off on the stepping?
Right. Well, you improvise. It's all about improvisation. It's really about improvisation. But what I was going to say though, now the old school back in the day when I was like a little shorty, the school I went to was from kindergarten to 8th grade. So when I was in some people call it like elementary school.
Yeah.
The brothers, I'm talking about the hardcore, straight up thug, all the way, just straight as an arrow, heterosexuals, after the party, you looking around because you hoping that they ain't trying to rob you. Them, the ones who could really step or bop, you would see them stepping together in Chicago. Now, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I get so you're talking about dancing together.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was wondering, well, Geno, where you going with this?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I see. Well, I mean, just like we hustle together. Everybody gets on the floor and does the line. Well, not the traditional, because New Yorkers would argue with you and say the hustle is a partner dance. But we kind of, after Saturday Night Fever, took it into the line dancing realm.
Right.
And so everybody dances together. But I get what you're saying. I have never seen that. And unfortunately,
I haven't seen it in a while.
Explained, because if I had seen that without your explanation, I would be like, oh, that's a nice gay couple.
No, trust me, you wouldn't have said that to these. No, trust me.
Yes, I would have.
No, Key, I trust.
They may be on a down low.
Now,
like I usually say. But
hold on, that's like I say, you got to consider the era. So I'm talking about I'm talking about like the late 70s, mid late 70s, and before I even got to high school. Trust me, if we got back in the time machine, some of these some of them brothers, you wouldn't have said it's a nice gay couple. You'd have been like, what a phone, do I need to call the police? Where's security? That's what you would have been saying. But listen, to his credit, Steve was clean. I got it. I don't know.
Oh, he was dressed nice. Yeah. He had his nice cigar with his pink suit or purple suit, whatever suit that he had on. Yeah. And all that Steve dresses nicely. Yeah. That's not the issue.
And the leather, I love the leather. I'm a leather man. That leather suit because they all had like a scene change. Yeah. I thought about the only person who was missing was Diana Ross. I'm like, okay, there y'all go. Y'all got to, we got because he said, we're going to take a 10-minute break, which turned out, I said, well, I know all these brothers got to go to the bathroom because it was almost 2 hours.
And he said that, yeah.
But then the 10-minute break went to like 30 minutes. And then when they came out, I'm like, me and Damaris, I said, oh, okay, they just pulled a Diana Ross. They all had a scene change. Everybody had on a new outfit.
But Diana usually changes in like one song, which is 2-3 minutes.
That's true.
But moving on. But when you look older, it might take you some time. I get it. You got to take off that girdle because they all had one on, I'm sure, except for Verdine.
Verdine, that's my dude. West side of Chicago.
And listen, and I'm just keeping it real because the public, you all don't know the truth. And I'm here to speak truth. They got on girdles, support holes, you name it.
Tie me up, come on, hold on.
As a matter of fact, we don't even know about Ron's beard. That beard, he could have took that beard off.
No, you know what? Because you know a lot of people. Well, Key, but I'm just saying. Think about it. I hadn't seen Mr. Big. None of us, at least before March.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
So we're talking about a year. You could grow that beard in a year. I have
seen him since because he's had clearly some plastic surgery. Clearly.
Key, shame on you.
Shame on who?
How do you know he had some plastic surgery? Who you talk to?
Geno, if he hadn't opened up his mouth, you would have known it was Ron.
He looked to me, and I'm just saying, to me.
Geno.
To me, I knew who he was.
You on the street, you would have just said, "What up, though?" Like we say in Detroit, "What up, though?"
Well,
you would have.
Well, if just like kind of walking.
Cheeks puffed up, with the collagen that they put in the cheeks to give you that.
Oh, see, I didn't see all that. See, you,
okay,
listen,
you the only one.
What? No, I'm gonna be honest. So now, some people listen, ladies.
Geno.
Okay. You make him. Okay, you gonna make the point for me, so women ain't gonna say, Geno, that was sexist. I think in a lot of cases.
But he looks good.
Yeah, women. In general, probably not. I won't say a trained eye, but there's certain things that a woman will notice that a man won't notice, and that's just a fact. It is, because I mean, I've met Ronald several times. I've hosted shows with him. I didn't see that. Now people have said that about Smokey, that he's had a lot of some work done. Yeah. But I could see I could see it in Smokey a little bit.
You didn't see it in Ron?
Honest, Key, I swear
blinded.
I don't.
You must be blinded by a voyage to Atlantis.
No, I was
blinded.
Wait a minute. let me since we're telling stories, I don't have 20. I'm just gonna give it as one. Since you mentioned that, I wasn't blinded by
that summer breeze.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I was blinded by. I was blinded by when Sensuality came on, and Damaris was sitting on the couch, and I was sitting on a chair.
Did you go get her?
We got an ottoman because I was trying to grab her to slow dance with her, but she was moving too quick, trying to get away from my ass. But when
you didn't catch her?
Well, let me finish the story. So when she sat down, I got out of the chair. There's an ottoman in front of me. Oh, Key, Ronald Isley didn't have nothing on your boy. You'd have been like, gee, I didn't know you had it. Boy, you can hold a note. Now, I wasn't even in the shower. Key, I'm talking about word for word. Oh, that Sensuality.
No, that's the jam. When it came on, I didn't have nobody here with me. My computer sitting on my bed. I looked at my computer. My computer looked at me, and we just said, "Hey, make it do what it do." You gotta do. We gotta do this on our own.
What did Ray Charles say? Make it do what it do, baby.
Make it do what it do. I mean, so I'm sorry you did not recognize the surgery.
I did not. I swear I didn't.
Ronald, Edward Scissorhand been on Ronald, and it's all good because I'm not mad at him. Because listen, you got one life to live. You may as well leave this joker looking as good as your money allows you to. Okay. And Verdine, and you mentioned the hair. Geno, you talking about the perm? Now
listen, Key, you not gonna come on this show and bust everybody's bubble, damn it.
Okay, I'm just come on. What bubble are we in that we don't know? Verdine got a wig on, a wig, something.
What's wrong with that?
And it's all good.
I was gonna say, because when men was shading women, y'all was like, don't be shading us. And now men were. So hey, listen, it's on his head. It's his hair. It was on his head, so it's his
hair. That's right. And it looked good. And I enjoyed, because we just joking around.
I know.
And having a good time.
I'm loving it. Yep.
I loved that Verzuz. It wasn't my favorite though.
What was your favorite? Gladys and Patty?
hands down.
I can't get mad at you. I love Gladys and
down.
Patty, but it's
I
just
loved it.
Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers.
And
Because
let me tell you why, Geno. Because of Steve Harvey. I might have liked this one more if they were able to talk like Gladys and
yes,
Patty were able to,
yeah,
because they were just girlfriends
no,
sitting down,
yeah, no.
shooting the breeze.
All jokes aside, now,
chatting it up.
right. This is a fun show. I said this at the top, but all jokes aside, that is an excellent point because actually, in real time, I was saying the same thing because they did mention this key, and I would have loved to heard more. They toured together in the 70s.
See?
So can you imagine the stories?
Can you imagine having a ticket to that show?
Oh my God, Key, are you kidding me? And Verdine talked about. Oh no, Ron said it. Ron said that his older brothers, rest in peace, power in paradise, like Rudolph and O'Kelly, also
O'Kelly,
rest in peace and power to or Marvin Isley, who's actually he was young. He's younger. He was right next to Ernie. And rest in peace, power in paradise to Maurice White. So the older brothers and Maurice White would talk all the time. I guess they had a relationship. They were real close. Now that's what Ron Isley said himself. So
I mean, Ron Isley even said basically, we stole your song. Well, they knew, and he said I couldn't help myself, but. He said I was praying, and Verdine said, "Oh no, it was all good. We knew, but he said it was all good. We were, and they were honored to have the Isley brothers riff.
Verdine said, "Listen, that was a compliment." He said, "Listen, for the Isley brothers to do your song, you're doing something right."
Come on, okay, and so that's what I miss.
Yeah. I agree.
That's what I missed.
Absolutely.
I didn't want to hear about Steve Harvey and the station wagon that his father bought him. They smell like oil.
Wait,
you didn't get no girls with. And then he had to go to the club to get the girls, but then the boys was dancing with the boys, and the boys shouldn't dance with the boys.
But wait a minute, Key.
What in the world was he talking about?
Wait. Now, come on. How could you not? You are a woman of compassion and humanity and empathy. How could you not love the story about this forlorn, just head over heels teenage kid that got a poster and wrote all the Earth, Wind, Fire lyrics from a song, and then what did he say? He rode his bike 3 miles, and then he gave her the poster. She didn't give him any, but he gave her the poster.
He tried to buy the album, couldn't buy the album. We heard that story. I mean, it just went on and on and on. I get it, but Steve Harvey was paid to do a job.
Yeah.
And the job was to facilitate the guests.
But there was a course correction, thanks to Black Twitter and Swizz.
Okay.
At halftime, do you notice the second half?
Yes.
It was a lot more Ron and Ernie.
Oh, yeah.
And Philip and Verdine and Ralph.
Because the people were complaining. But it wasn't enough for me.
Key, some of the stuff on Twitter.
About 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, four. It actually went 4 hours long. Yeah.
4. Yeah. I'm sorry. Steve Harvey, I tuned out so much whenever he opened up his mouth. And that bottle of Ciroc. Wait a minute. Why did he pour the Ciroc on the carpet? Did he really need to do that?
Well,
he was caught up.
For everybody, hey, I get it.
Yeah, but come on now. That's when you're on the street or whatever. You don't pour no Ciroc on no dang on Persian carpet.
It's entertainment. It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment. I bet you they sent him that bill.
Well, he can afford it. What the heck? He could buy him a new set. What the heck?
Absolutely. But I didn't. I thought he was drunk. I did. I thought he.
I didn't get nuts, man. I'm missing everything. I missed.
I didn't think he was drunk. I thought he was tipsy.
Okay, and maybe the cigar. You never know. We don't know what was in the cigar.
He smoked cigars all the time. It was that Ciroc.
But we don't. But Key, we don't know. We didn't know what was in the cigar.
Okay, you're right. I don't know if he was drunk or not. Maybe he was having a fit. But something clearly, he was tipsy and he was feeling it, and I get it. But he let his emotions override the professionalism that needed to be exercised at that point, because people really wanted to hear from Ron Isley, the Isley brothers, and from Earth, Wind, and Fire, because this is never going to happen again.
Yeah.
This is a once in a lifetime. We missed it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't miss it. And listen, like I said, there was
we did, Geno. We did. We missed a lot of the story.
Yeah, we didn't get everything we could have gotten.
Right.
But
well,
we musically, because the second half, the second half, thank Twitter. Black Twitter was, because what you're saying, I'm telling you, because I'm in real time. I'm
it
following.
It wasn't really the second half. It was more like the last hour.
Well, because after the intermission, though, it was a whole lot less. It was a lot less Steve and a lot more of Ronnie and Ernie.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Because
I noticed it. I was like, oh wow, man, Swiss boy. Swiss must have said, hey, let me holler at you, man. Can you see Twitter here? Dude, just, come on, just.
I think he told him, Steve, shut up.
No, Twitter said that emphatically in so many words.
And what did I text you? Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
And wait a minute. I don't know. Somebody must have stole your joke, because I swear I saw that in a lot with Twitter.
Oh, did you?
Oh, Key, I'm telling you, had to. If you, my timeline on Twitter, because I follow a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, I was screaming it every 5 minutes. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Some of these folks on Twitter, they could be writing for Steve, for me. I mean, it was just some of the stuff on Twitter was hilarious. And anybody that was on Twitter Sunday on Black Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. They were funny, and they were ruthless. They weren't sparing no feelings.
As they should have been, because Steve was one story away from me waking up the Sandman from Apollo, Showtime at the Apollo, and for him to tap dance that off the set.
But hey, listen, when I heard
to the left. I think Beyonce was there, because I think Swiss shouted him out.
To the left.
They hit it, Beyonce.
To the left.
To the left.
That would have been funny if they would have played that. I didn't know.
Stogie and your jokes to the left, to the left.
But listen, nobody, Steve Harvey, Satan, Lil Nas X, lap dance, giving Satan a lap, nothing could have ruined Sunday for me when I heard, like I said, first of all, For the Love of You. Because when I heard even Philip Bailey was singing along with For the Love of You.
So let me go to the opposite side. When Earth, Wind, and Fire, because I do agree. Vocally, Ron Isley is just in a
as a ballad singer
class all by himself. But Maurice White's voice is still more favorable to me, because it was unique and it had this haunting, and the way they would mix him. Yeah. It just sounded like he was just out in space. And when they played Be Ever
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Maurice, Maurice, so the early, let me just say this in case for those who know. So the
I'm
early,
I just got to gather myself.
We had a moment. I'll set it up for you. I'll set the scene for you. So listen, when I say early Earth, Wind, and Fire, like Devotion, Mighty Mighty, the album that had Mighty Mighty and Devotion. Keep Your Head to the Sky. Yeah. And then That's the Way of the World, which was a soundtrack for a movie that was a bust. As a matter of fact, the movie was so bad. This is a true story.
What's the movie? I didn't
That's the Way of the World. That is a soundtrack.
Oh, gotcha.
That is a soundtrack. But when Maurice White and them saw the movie, they saw a screening of the movie, and Maurice said, "This is going to be a bust." So they're like, "Wait a minute, man. Put this album out now." For this movie ruins the soundtrack. That is a true story.
Good.
And
that's
people
a
never
good story, Geno.
I don't know where they didn't even have DVDs, so I don't know if it was straight to whatever. Back in the day, if a movie was it was like straight to DVD. This is straight to straight to the garbage can. I don't know what happened.
Right.
But that album and Spirit. So Maurice White and a guy named Charles Stepney, rest in peace, power in paradise. Charles Stepney was an iconic, legendary producer.
Okay.
Song, all those great songs that I mentioned, Devotion, Mighty Mighty, Reasons, Shining Star, Keep Your Head to the Sky, That's the Way of the World, All About Love. And then the last album.
All About Love.
Yeah, Key. Man, and they didn't do that. They didn't do that one.
I know.
Because Maurice is rapping on that.
Have you sing that for me?
Yeah, Maurice is rapping on that. He was getting the astrology and mysticism and world religion and so forth. You dig? Oh man, Maurice was a bad. And then Philip, because the contrast. So you had Maurice. Maurice, kind of almost voice. Not quite a baritone, kind of heavy contralto, and then Philip with this beautiful falsetto. But Key, the production, the horn section, and the horn. So I'm listening. Me and Damaris are listening. I'm like, Damaris, who records a song to where the hook of the song is sung in like 3-4 part harmony?
Yeah.
Nobody does that, Key. Just all the little subtle nuance. When it comes to production and the texture and the feel and the sound of the music for Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers. Chris Jasper talked about that when I had him on as a guest. I hate that he wasn't with them, but he told me that, Ronnie's still upset with him. And go back and watch that back episode.
So they can't, because he was in-law?
Yes, brother-in-law. Yes, married to one of their sisters.
Yes.
But Chris, on one of my very first episodes, just talked about the rub, like everything else, is money.
Yes.
And so Ron was just like, boy, Chris, now this is according to Chris, it's like Ron was feeling some kind of way, like, man, you getting a whole lot of money. But Chris and Ernie were the primary writers. Basically, everything from that 3+3 album, Who's That Lady, Summer Breeze, from that all the way up to Between the Sheets and Choosy Lover.
So tell me this, Geno. Why didn't, if he had the credit on the album for writing, why wasn't he being paid?
No, Chris was.
Oh, okay.
So let me make myself clear. According to Chris, the rub was Ernie was feeling some kind of way. I mean, Ron was, because he was like, man, your checks should they be this big? Because Ron was like, hey, look, I'm Ronald Isley. I am the Isley Brothers. He was the face, the lead singer. But he
but if you want the checks, you can't just be Ron Isley. You got to be writing Ron Isley.
you stole. Man, thank you. You wrote the joke for me, because that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It was, but right. It's like you are the greatest ballad singer.
Right.
But the majority of, especially those songs, like I said, from that 3+3 album up to, as a matter of fact, all you got to do is just go online, look at the album, the liner notes. You'll see the writing credit for like all of those songs. You'll see Chris Jasper and Ernie Isley, or Chris Jasper, or maybe Ernie Isley. Very, very seldom. Count the times you see songs written by Ronald Isley. And then count the times you see songs written by Chris Jasper and Ernie Isley.
Yeah.
So he was getting those checks as a writer, publisher.
Listen, ladies, it's always the writer or the accountant.
That's what you say, Key. You just saying. Now, if you choose, and choose wisely. So if you're looking for that fun and flash and excitement and toe curling, all that. But if you want that longevity, that security, long term, hook up with the songwriter. You don't have to be worried
about the bills. Because I know Ron said, well, versus how much?
And now Ronald has written some of the songs, but like I said, but those huge hits, that run that they had from 3+3 to Between the Sheets and Choosy Lover.
Yeah.
That was Chris Jasper and Ernie, primarily. So that's what.
But I missed my Maurice last night.
Yeah.
Like
or Sunday night. Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, me too. Key.
Because Maurice on stage, and Maurice ain't never been nothing that I thought was sexually attractive. That wasn't it. That man got on the stage and moved my soul. Do you hear me? And not just his singing. The way he encompassed the song,
Yeah.
the dance, I can, I got my little Maurice rock. That was his rock. And with those tight satin pants on, oh my God. I just okay, let me tell you a story, Steve Harvey.
No, I'm Geno.
I'm talking to Steve right now. So listen, this is the worst ever. I was at a speech meet, like I was every week, almost every day of the week for 4 years of my high school life. I don't remember nothing from high school but speech. So I had to do a meet. But Gino, my mother worked in PR.
Right.
So she told me before I left, she said, you might want to skip this meet because I think we might run on over to the Earth, Wind and Fire concert tonight. And I said, well, what time y'all go? She said, well, it'll be about 8 o'clock or whatever. I was like, oh, well, I'll be back before the end so I can go to the meet and still go to the concert. And she said, well, we don't know if we're going to go, but we'll see. So here we are at the meet. It ended on time. We were back on the bus. We had to drive 100,000 miles back to, the city, but we were on our way. And then the doggone bus driver ran out of gas.
Oh, no.
I was like,
who does that?
No.
Who
I
does
was like,
that?
Gas? Y'all better start farting in the gas.
No, he said, hey,
because
look.
I got to get back to the city and get to this show. Baby, I got home. There was a note on the refrigerator.
Key said, y'all better get out and push this bus, damn it. But I cannot miss this concert.
Gino, we had to wait for it. When I got home, there was a note on the refrigerator. And you know what it said.
Baby,
it said we had to, here's your dinner is on the stove, but we at the show. And I thought, then I thought, okay, I'm gonna get over this. When my mama and my little sister got home, my little sister, 5 years younger than me, she come in. Gonna tell a story.
Serpentine fire.
All about the serpentine fire. And I mean, she was getting. My mom was like, "Yeah, girl." Oh.
They didn't have to rub it in. See, they just rubbed it in.
And then my mama said, "Girl, you ain't never seen no show like this before." My sister said, "Keela, it was awesome. They had lasers flying through the sky. People was flying through the sky.
Yes.
There was a war fight in the sky." I was like, "Oh no, no!"
Key was like, "No."
Gino, to this day, I think most days I lie and say I went to that concert because it was so devastating enough that I think I went, even though I know I didn't go.
Right. In your mind, you were there.
In my mind, I was there. So except for everybody watching this right now, I was at that show.
And see, the thing, I was going to mention this, the thing about Earth, Wind, and Fire. So you know who they brought in to teach them all these like levitation tricks and disappearing tricks? David Copperfield. Actually, at the time, David Copperfield was like a young magician. So it was Doug Henning. So they got Doug Henning, and then Doug Henning had like his apprentice, which was David Copperfield.
Okay.
And they basically taught them the secrets of how to, because they was disappearing, they was levitating, and Maurice was levitating in midair. All the stuff your mom and your sister. Listen.
My sister said it was better than Star Wars, and then I wanted to die. Because at that time, Star Wars was the biggest thing that we had ever seen like that. And so for my sister to tell me that she saw Star Wars in real life.
With black folks, a lot of them.
With black folks.
Key, The only
Fun.
listen, they were doing stuff even like the big rock bands at the time weren't doing. Earth, Wind, and Fire really started that. The only other
Yes.
group, in terms of from a production standpoint, just the energy and the stage production was Parliament. Man, when that mothership landed, man, when that, and you know what?
You know I know about that.
And that's another story. I didn't get to see it because I was too young to get in. Because they had, for some reason, they had an age limit, and everybody was smoking marijuana. And I'll never forget. It was at Soldier Field, and I could not get in. I was too young, but I don't know how. I got to ask my mother. I know she's watching. It seemed like I was in the car with somebody, and they drove by, and I could hear the music. I was so mad. I could hear the music. And Key,
oh my God!
But you could the weed smoke. Can you imagine like almost 80,000, 70,000+ folks, and probably 69,000 of them was smoking.
Listen,
Key, you would have got
a Rick James concert, so I feel you.
Oh man, that's a different story for a different day. I had to tell you about Rick James. Rest in peace, power in paradise.
But that is awesome to know, because listen. To this day, if you ever find a tape, please tell me, because I have been looking for that tour on a tape.
Did you try YouTube? I bet it's on YouTube. I bet it's somewhere on YouTube.
I tried, Geno. I've never seen it.
Really?
No.
And you've done all the Google searches.
I mean, I sat one day and went through, or maybe it's that it's there, but visually you can't appreciate it.
Oh yeah, not like being it. No,
they can't. They didn't record it like they would have had it been today.
No.
So I don't know.
No, it wasn't in high def. You didn't have 4K, 5K. Everybody's watching us. A lot of folks are watching us in that. Even folks in the projects got like a 4K HD TV now, because you can get them pretty cheap. But
no, you didn't, Geno. I'm gonna slap you for that.
What? Listen, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the pride of the Henry Horner projects. What you talking about? Ain't no shame. Ain't no shame or shade. I'm keeping it 1,000. Some folks watching me right now in the projects, and I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Honey.
Come on now.
But that greatest, I don't want to say regret, but the worst incident entertainment-wise in my life.
So if there was a time machine, we know you would go back to that year.
I would go back to that year,
that day,
that night. That's all I would need to see.
About 7:30, and you.
And listen, I've never had a chance to see Tina Turner live.
Me either.
But I would have to say, Tina, I got you, girl. I'm gonna see you in heaven, but I got to get to this Wind and Fire concert. Rest in peace, but I gotta get
it. It was just, man, I'm telling you. But I do know, as a matter of fact, yep, you know what? And I'll do some searching, but I'm sure some people right now will leave me a message, and we post the show. We post the show up on. We tag people on Facebook, on Instagram, also here on YouTube. So I know it's out there somewhere. But
oh my God! And you know what would be awesome if I had those goggles on that they have now that the kids use to play the games, and I could watch the concert.
You talking about the VR glasses, virtual reality? But they didn't shoot it. They didn't have the technology then. Can you imagine if they had that technology then? Oh, it would have been crazy. It's like looking at a movie, like when folks saw Black Panther in like 3D.
Well, y'all have to first handcuff me to my chair, because I'd be kill myself.
You trying to jump right through the screen, trying to touch Maurice.
Oh my God! If I could just have that man sing to me, with that way he sings.
Do you mind?
Oh.
If you care, and I say, and I love you too. Together.
Okay. Come on, Geno.
Man,
you gotta get the words half right.
Hey, listen, just hum it. Heck.
Would you mind?
Heck, I forgot what song. It's funny.
If I kissed, if I held you tight.
Till the morning light. Man, stop playing. As a matter of fact, it's funny that we joking, but I can't remember what song. It was late, so they were probably tired. And it was a song that Philip and them was singing.
Oh.
You could tell for like a little stretch, 30 seconds, they even forgot the lyrics themselves.
Oh,
Like,
I saw a couple times.
you saw it too.
and listen, Black Twitter was in prayer a couple times when Philip was trying to hit one of them notes.
Hey, Philip did pretty good now. Listen,
No, he
man.
did.
Philip
He
is
did,
like
but
almost 70.
There was a couple times we all touched and agreed.
Well, it
that
worked.
Well,
it worked. It worked.
This
Yeah.
might not go right.
It worked. It worked.
Because we were scared.
Well, he still got it. Just like Smokey still got it. And Smokey,
yeah.
80.
Oh, yeah.
Smokey, what, 82?
Is he
82, 83. Yeah. Right around there, 82, 83. And Ron, I was talking about Ronald Isley. Look, Edward Scissorhand or not, the brother look good. He'll be 80.
No,
The
listen,
day after my birthday, May 21st, he's going to be 80. So,
Geno, like I said, if you got the money, you get anybody worth your dollar to do what they did to Ron.
or if y'all take like layaway, if we could do a payment.
Oh, baby, start paying now. You 30, sir. Go on and get that layaway plan for that Ron.
I want that Ron Isley.
Ron.
You know what I'm saying? Call it.
Ron
I want
Isley.
that Ronald Isley. I want that Mr. Big. Yeah.
That's right.
I don't need the beard.
Big.
Just I want that. Yeah, I want that Ronald Isley.
Yeah, because he looks good. And
I'm telling you, Key. I
and
saw
he
women
looks
in
healthy.
they like late 20s, early 30s. Is like, ooh, Ronald Isley. Girl. Shoot, make me want to be his caregiver. I was like, what?
Well, you know what? Listen, and I was with him. I said he looking good,
Okay.
but the proof is in the pudding now. We can't get upstairs and everything look like the wrinkle cycle.
Okay. I know that.
We got.
I know the show's over now. Right. My mother's watching. The show is over. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it. Come back on camera, Key. Oh, that's how we do it, Key. That's how we do it. Hey, look. Hey,
Yeah, you gonna
that's
have
right.
to. I'm gonna need
All right.
receipts
Hey,
first.
Key, listen, on this show, any and everybody can get it, including me and you. We get each other. We get ourselves.
Oh,
So.
all the time.
That's right.
All the
So
time,
if
all
we
the
if
time,
we can
all the
get
time.
it if I can get it on my own show, damn it, then anybody can get it.
Ron gonna either have to come up with the goods,
Hey.
or when it drop, that money better drop.
Hey,
The-
listen,
you know,
Keith,
your little stack
listen.
better fall out with it.
Ron said, I ain't got nothing to worry about. If he got enough money for that plastic surgeon, he got enough money to make sure that prescription stays filled year round. Red pill, blue pill, whatever color pill. Ron is like,
Oh,
I'm
I
good.
think Ron, beyond the blue and red pill, it's pump time. The pump.
Well, he may just double up. And see, when you got that kind of money, Key, it's probably some like pills that like the average
we don't
person
even
don't even
know
know.
about.
Right. They're like, no,
It's magic.
Mr. Isley, no, not that. That's just for them. We got something special for you.
We got the magic.
30 seconds, bow.
Let me
Key.
take you on a voyage to Atlantis.
Yes,
For real.
that sensuality for the love of you, because it's that between the sheets time, Ronald Isley. But just make sure that whoever you take with you, make sure that she's a choosy lover.
Oh yeah, the choosy lover. Oh my God. Well, I loved it. I loved Ron, and I don't care whether Ron can't.
You say, baby,
don't
just
care.
sit here. I'm just sit on.
Fabulous.
Keith, I'm just gonna sit on the bed. Just talk to me. We can
Yeah.
just.
That's probably all Ron doing right
Yeah.
now anyway, is talking.
Let's have a conversation. Yeah.
It's a nice conversation. Let me sing this song. Ron was so funny. He was singing with himself.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. He said, "Let's have a Ron, let's just talk. But before we talk, you make sure you got that routing number. You got that routing number." Like, as a matter of fact, Ron, I got
Let me down here. Let me grab
Key.
my phone.
Wait, I got my laptop, Ron. Let me see.
see.
Let me.
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, it says, yes, transaction complete. Okay, we good now. Let's keep talking.
That's right. Because Ron in the bed right now. It's
Sleep.
7.
Yeah, oh, Ron.
7:30.
After Sunday night? Oh, you know he.
Oh
man.
no, they pulled him out of there and they was knocked out in the limo. And didn't wake up to the morning.
You know, he has a young wife. His wife cannot. Is
I'm not
probably
sure
in her
how
early
young
40s.
she is, but I know she's younger than him.
She can't be any more than in her early 40s. Like she was a
really?
background singer. Yeah, I forgot a little group that kind of had a little mini almost hit. Johnson Sisters or something, but oh yeah, he saw that little.
I saw her.
Oh yeah.
And they got the makeup because you said early 40s. I was like, oh, I don't, you know me.
Well, black usually don't crack, but I don't know.
Right,
but,
unless you plaster.
Well, yeah, unless you just really.
So she just looked a little older than I thought, but she's pretty and she's
She was in her mid-20s when they met. She was in, so she got to be around 40 or early 40s, because I know he's got Ron Jr. What you say?
I said his dirty old man days.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, it is what it is. When you can afford it,
25, 8, okay. 25.
Yeah, you get what you want.
Well, considering some of the folks that he was working with, 25 would have been like too old. They'd have been like, oh no, you're 25, you wait.
Oh, we talking about jailbait now?
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna be nice.
Please,
My mother's like, be
please.
nice. Be nice. I'm just stating
fact.
fact.
We're not accusing you of anything. We just joking, talking.
Oh no! Listen, 25 is legal. Even if you are 65, she 25. I couldn't do that.
But a 25-year-old, I don't care what that beard look like. What a 20? You know she, and he knows she know. He know why she there. She know why he.
Hey.
Because then
who am I to argue? Who am I to argue?
Oh no, it is what it is. But we know what that's about.
Key to close the show.
Gets no love,
Hold on.
love.
I'm gonna quote your girl that you love so much. She coined it best in a song. What's love got to do with it? Not a damn thing.
Oh no, when you're 25, he's 65, it ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing. No, nobody love, nobody here. Love don't live here.
This ain't Rolls Royce. Love don't live here no more. Tina Turner
don't live here.
Tina Turner said, "What's love got to do with it?"
It's that song. Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
Gwen Guthrie. But see, now, in that case, it ain't no rent. We talking about ownership. We talking about.
Right.
Real estate. Yeah, we talking rent.
Yeah,
you crazy?
Get your condo.
Yeah, investment property.
Investment.
Yeah.
Yep, a little
stock
savings.
portfolio. Come on now.
Yep.
Diversification of the portfolio.
Absolutely.
Rent? You got me messed
I know
up.
We're being shallow.
Wait, Key.
But this is the truth of it. Yeah. And I'm not even laughing because you and I have been in this industry long enough. Yeah. We know.
Yeah.
The truth.
Rent.
It is what it is.
She said rent. Wait a minute. You better call Paul Pierce. Talking about rent.
Listen. Even Keela Carson got the deed and the title.
What'd you say? Key said she got the deed and the title.
And I'm not Ron Isley's woman laying across that couch with that red dress on, but I got the deed. Just saying.
Oh man, this has been the most fun. Keela Carson, ladies and gentlemen. Now you see why I love her. Keela Carson keeps it real. Key keeps it real. Keep on keeping.
Love you, Geno.
I love you more, my sister. Thank you. All right, so we'll talk soon. I might have to get you back on, because usually we do Thursday, but man, this Tuesday was fire. Well, the content was there. I mean, the jokes wrote themselves. They really did. And thanks, a lot of help from Twitter, because Black Twitter was on fire. They really were. All right, Keith, thank you, my sister. You know, my mother's cracking up. Tell her hi, because, you know, I told her you were going to be on tonight.
Hi, Mom.
She's like.
And I hope you laughing your head off.
Oh, you know she is.
You know, everything we said is the truth, because you lived it.
Oh, yeah, you talking about that. You know what? I'm glad you made one episode. I'm going to get you and her on. You do
That
the
would
show.
be nice.
I'm gonna get you and her. Oh, listen, the 2 week. Woo, that might not be a good idea after all.
No, we're gonna gang up on you. We're gonna get you, G.
No, my mother. Now, my mother, she'll tell it, Key. She'll tell it now. she
You
like,
better get that Vaseline rubbed on good.
she'll be Keela, Jeannie, boy.
Yeah.
Woo, that would be one for the archives. I'm telling you.
And for the public, he not lying. I have watched Geno call his mama every day after his shift.
I still do. Well, at least every day. Not, I call her usually in the evening after I've done the show because she watches.
Oh my God, such a sweet son.
I try. Thank
But
you.
yes, let's get your mama on so we can gang up on you.
Oh yeah, I want to enjoy it, but you all will love it, and the viewers will love it because it'll be talking about funny. Oh, listen, oh man, you ain't seen
You
funny.
arrange that.
Yeah.
And I'll see you later in the week.
All right, thanks, Key. All right, that's my girl, Keela Carson. This was fun. Listen, thanks for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Show Monday through Friday. Every weekday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and right around 6:30 p.m., 5:30 in Chicago, actually, Detroit is on Eastern Time, 3:30 if you're out on the West Coast. Once again, thank you to Keela Carson, my contributor, my cultural contributor to the Geno Jones Show. Sister's awesome, as you see. Shout out Bruce Gage, the official wardrobe stylist and consultant for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on IG, Instagram, Bruce Gage, Gage. Also, shout out to the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, Mr. Markel Bailey. We call him Kel. And on Instagram, it's Kel, KelBecuttin. Kel B. Cuttin. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please like, share, subscribe, and if you'd like to be a sponsor on the show, if you love to advertise, we'd love to have you. I'd love to be a pitch man for your product, your company, your good, your service. Thank you to Lockwood Outdoor Advertising for being an early sponsor and supporter and believer in the Geno Jones Show. So I'd love to have you too. Just reach out to me on Instagram. Actually, Geno Jones Show on Instagram. You can do that. You can leave me a message right here on my YouTube channel, or you can email me, GenoJonesShow@gmail. Geno, that's how you spell Geno, right there, Geno. Yeah, there you go, right there. All right, everybody, I love you. I really do. Each and every one of you, thank you for watching. Go back and binge watch all the episodes and tag everybody's Facebook page and tag them on Instagram and Twitter. The show's been growing. Thank you, all the new subscribers. I got to go. I want to get 100,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So help a brother out. I know Keith, she's been helping a brother out. My mother she is like the best publicist that you could have. So thank you. I love each and every one of you, Mother. You know I love you more than life itself. So tomorrow, Wednesday, Hump Day edition of the Geno Jones Show, live right here on YouTube, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Until then, once again, thank you for watching. I hope you had as much fun watching and laughing as I did doing the show with Key today. It was really a lot of fun. But in the meantime, until tomorrow, thanks again and be blessed.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.